Good morning to all of you. This is the chapter 16 explanation of light. First, we have to discuss that what is a light. The light is a form of energy which can travel in vacuum as well as in material medium, and the world is largely known through the senses, and sense of sight is one of the most important senses. Through it we see the mountain, river, trees, plants, chairs, people, and so many other things around us. And we also see clouds, rainbows, birds flying in the sky. And at night we see the moon and the stars, or you are able to see the words and sentences printed on this page. First, that is what makes the things visible. Have you ever thought how we see the various objects? We can see the various objects when the lights enter through our eyes. But can you see an object in a dark? It means the eyes alone cannot see any object. It is only the light from an object enters our eye that we see the object. The light may have been emitted by the object or may have been reflected by it. And next one under this chapter is a very important law, that is the laws of reflection. Before discussing the laws of reflection, we are discussing an activity 16.1. Fix a white sheet of paper on a drawing board or on a table, or take a comb and close till its opening except one in the middle, and you can use a strip of black paper for this purpose, and hold the comb perpendicular to the sheet of the paper and throw light from the torch through the opening of the comb from one side, and with the slight adjustment with the torch and the comb will see ray of light along the paper on the other side of the comb, and keep the comb and the torch steady. Place a strip of plain mirror in the path of the light, and what do you observe? When we observe, we can see through the mirror. We have see two kinds of ray. After striking the mirror, the ray of light is reflected in the another direction, and the light ray which strikes any surface is called incident ray, and the ray that comes back from the surface after reflection is called reflected ray. And then draw lines showing the position of the plane mirror and the incident ray and the reflected ray on the paper with the help of your friends, and remove the mirror and the comb. Draw a line making an angle of 90 degree. The line representing mirror at the point where the incident ray strike the mirror, and this is known as normal, and the reflecting surface at that point. The angle between normal and incident ray is called angle of incidence, and it is represented by small I, and the angle between the normal and reflected ray is known as angle of reflection, and it is represented by angle small r. Measure the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. And do you see any relationship between angle of incidence and angle of reflection? Are they approximately equal? Yes, if the experiment is carried out carefully, it is seen that angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection, and this is the one law of reflection. Now for the second laws of reflection, we have discussed the same activity again, that is the 16.1 activity, and this time use a sheet of stiff paper or a chart paper and let the sheet project little beyond the edge of the table, and cut the projecting portion of the sheet in the middle. Look at the reflected ray. Make sure that reflected ray extend to the projected portion of the paper. Bend that part of the projected portion the which the reflected ray falls, and can you still see reflected ray? Bring the paper back to the original position. When the whole sheet of paper is spread on the table, it represents one plane. The incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and reflected ray all lie in this plane. And when you bend the paper, you create a plane difference from the plane at which incident and normal lie. Then you do not see the reflected ray. What does it indicate? It indicates that incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and reflected ray, they all lie in the same plane. And do you remember that what kind of images is formed by a plane mirror? The image formed by the plane mirror are of four characteristics. The image is erect, the image is same size as the object, the image appear at the same distance behind the mirror, the object was kept front of it, and it could not be obtained on a screen. That's why we can call the image obtained by a plane mirror is virtual in nature. Now we have seen that image that is formed by plane mirror is cannot be obtained on a screen, and an image is laterally inverted also. And when you may recall that in image formed by a plane mirror, the left of the object appears right, and right appears in on the left, and this is known as lateral inversion. Next we have discussed types of reflection. There are two types of reflection. First one is diffuse reflection, and second one is regular reflection. When all the parallel rays reflected from a rough or a irregular surface are not parallel, the reflection is known as diffused or irregular, and it is caused by the irregularities on the reflecting surface and like that of mirror. Remember that diffuse reflection is not due to the failure of laws of reflection. And on the other hand, reflection from a smooth surface like that of a mirror is called regular reflection, and images are formed due to the regular reflection. Now, the you may know that reflected light can be reflected again, and due to which the multiple images are formed. Recall the last time you have visited in a hairdresser. He or she makes a front of a mirror, sit at a front of a mirror, and after hair is cut, haircut is complete, he or she holds a mirror behind you to show you how the hair has been cut. And do you know how you could see the hair at the back of your head? Of course is the back mirror. And Paheli recalls having constructed periscope as an extended activity. As in class 6, the periscope makes use of two plane mirrors. And can you explain how reflection from two mirrors enables you to see the object which are visible, not visible directly? जिन object को आप जो है which you can't see the directly, it is made possible when mirrors are kept in combination, then multiple images are formed, and due to which we can see the objects. Periscopes are used in submarines, tanks, also by the soldiers in bunkers to see the things outside. Multiple images, you are aware the plane mirror forms only a single image of an object, and but when two mirrors or three mirrors are kept in combinations, how many images will be formed? We will find out a simple formula: n is equal to 360 upon theta minus 1. In theta is the angle between the plane mirror, and by placing the value of theta we can find the number of images. And activity 16.5 shows you if mirrors are kept in combination, then how many images are formed. And now hinge the mirrors using the adhesive tape at the different angles, say 45, 60, 120, 180, and place some object, maybe a candle, in between them. And how many? Note down the number of images formed the object in each case. Finally, set the two mirrors parallel to each other and find out how many images are formed. If two mirrors are kept parallelly, then their angles is between mirrors is between the 0 and infinite images are formed. This is the combination of mirror is joined to another activity, that is you may make a toy that is name is kaleidoscope, and in a kaleidoscope three plane mirrors are joined in a triangle form, and fix this arrangement in mirror in a circular cardboard tube or thick chart paper, and make sure that tube is slightly longer than the mirror, and close one end of the tube by a cardboard having a hole in the center through which we can see. To make this more durable, paste a piece of a transparent plastic sheet under the cardboard, and at the other end, touching the mirrors, fix a circular plate. Place on this glass plate several small pieces of colored bangles and close this end at the tube by the ground glass plate and allow enough space for the color pieces to move around. Now your kaleidoscope is ready, and when we peep through the hole, we will able to see variety of patterns and interesting features of kaleidoscope that you will never see a same pattern again. Now about the sunlight. It is white or colored. Actually sunlight is seen as a white color, but it is made up of various 7 colors. And this splitting of light into its colors is known as dispersion, and in dispersion we can take a prism and allow the sunlight to pass through the prism. If you don't have a prism, then make a prism by taking a bowl which is filled with water and keep a plain mirror inside this bowl and keep this arrangement on the window where direct sunlight in the coming, that when we see the direct sunlight is falls on this arrangement, the white colored is seen as the band of 7 colors in the Vibyor manner: VIBGYOR: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. That is, in this manner we can see the bands of color. The sunlight is made up of 7 bands of color. What is inside your eyes? And in this section we have discussed internal structure of eye. The eye has a roughly spherical in shape, and outer coat of eye is white. It is tough so that it can protect the interior of the eye from accident. Its transparent front part is called cornea. Behind the cornea we find a dark muscular structure called iris. And in the iris there is a small opening called pupil, and size of pupil is controlled by the iris. The iris is that part of the eye which gives its distinctive color. The iris controls the amount of light entering into the eye. Behind the pupil of the eye there is a lens which is thicker in the center, that is the convex lens, and the lens focuses light on the back of the eye, the layer called retina, and retina contains several nerve cells. Sensation felt by the nerve cells are transmitted to the brain through optic nerve, and there are 2 kinds of cell: cones which sensitive to the bright light, and rods which are sensible to the dim light. At the junction of the optic nerve and the retina, there are no sensory cells, so no vision is possible on that spot, and this is called blind spot. The impression of image does not vanish immediately from our retina. It persists there for about 1/16 seconds. So if still images or moving objects are flashed on the eye a rate of faster than 16 per second, then the eye perceives this object as a moving, as in cinema halls. The movies that we see are actually a number of separate pictures in the proper sequence, and they are made to move across the eye, usually at the rate of 24 picture per second, faster than 16, so we see a moving picture. Next topic is some eye diseases. Sometimes, particularly in old age, eyesight becomes foggy. It is due to the eye lens becomes cloudy. When it happens, persons are said to have a cataract, and there is a loss of vision, sometimes extremely severe. It is possible to treat this effect. The opaque lens is removed and new artificial lens is inserted, and modern technology has made this procedure simpler and safer. After discussing the structure and defects of the eye, that how can we take care of our eyes? In the following manner, if advised, use suitable spectacles. Too little and too much light is bad for our eyes. Insufficient light causes eye strain and headache, and too much light, like that of sun, a powerful laser torch, can injure the retina. And do not look the sun or powerful light directly, and never rub your eyes if particles of dust go into their eyes. eyes. Wash your eyes with the clean water. If there is no improvement, then go to a doctor. Last point is always read at the normal distance for vision and do not read by bringing the book too far or too close. What type of diet is needed to keeping your eyesight safe? That actually balanced diet we have already discussed in class 6 and class 8. The lack of vitamin A in food stuff is responsible for many eye troubles. Most common among us is the night blindness, and one should therefore include diet components which have a vitamin A, that is raw carrots, broccoli, green vegetables, much such as spinach and cod liver oil, rich in vitamin A. Eggs, milk, curd, cheese, butter, and fruits such as papaya and mango are also rich in vitamin A. Next, how visually impaired person can read and write. This by the system known as Braille system, and which was introduced by Louis Braille. The most popular resource for visually challenged person is Braille, and the present system was adopted in 1932. There is a Braille code for common languages, mathematics, scientific notation. Many Indian languages can be read by using Braille system. What is a Braille system? This system consists of 63 dot patterns or characters. Each character represents a letter, combination of letter, common word, or a grammatical sign, and dots are arranged in two vertical rows of three dots each. These patterns, when embossed to the braille sheet, help visually challenged person to recognize words by touching to make them easier touch, and the dots are slightly raised slightly. Visually impaired people learn the Braille system by beginning with the letters and then the special character and then letter combination. Methods depend upon recognizing by touching. Character has to be memorized. Braille text can be produced by hand or by machine, and typewriter like devices and printing machines have been developed. This is the all about the explanation of chapter light. Thank you, students.